Hello there folks, my name is Great Mighty Poe, and welcome to part 22 of Elden Ring Reforged Master Mode. Let's get back into it. Oh man, well, I was in the middle of uploading a whole bunch, but I decided I wanted to play some more, and I was falling asleep doing what I was currently doing, so seems like a good idea. Oh, this area is going to be fun, I can already tell. Little Demi-human shits. Yeah, yeah. Oh god. I will need to do some inventory management at some point as well, because I've picked up a lot of enemy loot just by the nature of how I play. So, yeah. Oh, man. Not gonna lie, I saw my shadow on the rock beside me and I nearly shat myself. I was like, what the hell was that? Oh, man. Okay. Other stuff up here. I mean, there was there's another rune fragment. I'll take more of them. I'm fairly sure there's a nightmare of my own creation. Well, not directly my creation, but a nightmare of my own suggestion. In these woods. So when I was playing Explorer mode, I was playing Explorer mode mostly for the Master mode enemies and then the hard mode bosses, because I didn't want Master mode bosses because I thought they'd be a bit much. But there's some cases in the game where there are boss level enemies, but they're not classed as bosses. They don't have a boss health bar, they don't have all that stuff. And one of them was in these woods. It was a Demi-human queen that you find here. So my suggestion, which got implemented, was to make it a proper boss. And it got made a proper boss, and now it's a boss. Which is cool, but yeah, I've got to actually deal with it, which is gonna suck. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of demi-humans in these woods, plus there's a whole bunch in the ruins with that demi-human queen. And that demi-human queen has a very special move that is not unique to it, but it loves doing it, and it's called, I'm gonna back that thing up. And she will back up constantly, trying to get space to spellcast. To the point where she'll start backing up a cliff. Like a sheer cliff, she'll start backing up it. It is obscene, it is horrible, and she will do it. Unless you give her space to cast, in which case she can potentially one-shot you because, of course, it's fun. We are often makers of our own misery, but she was difficult as a enemy, and as a boss it was just a slight nerf when I was playing that particular mode, but now that it's master mode on both, it doesn't matter, it's going to be difficult no matter what. Oh. The Demi-human queens kind of suck to fight. Because some of them can go into that sort of frenzy mode, where they throw their staff and they go into sort of that really aggressive melee phase, but a lot of them can't. And yeah, they can only spellcast essentially and do a few little melee things, but not much. And it leads to a situation where they spend all their fight backing up to get space to spellcast because they don't have anything else they can do. No to that bloody headbutt. I could have sworn there was two here. Oh, there he is. I recognized the hit button, I stopped attacking. Go me. Sorry, little one. Look there, yep, there's another rune fragment here. Quite a few in this area. Quite a few in Weeping. Weeping, I think, as we start to really get a decent number of them. Because I think Limgrave has to be like the first area that got started on. And I believe how Ivy and Kern split it up was Ivy was in charge of the open world and Kern was in charge of legacy dungeons. And I imagine after carefully placing them very slowly in Limgrave, Ivy went, yeah, if I keep doing it like this, it's gonna take me until next year to get this done. So I think after Limgrave they became a bit more quicker with placing them down, and they became a bit easier to find as a result, which is probably a good thing. Because they are very, very few and far between in Limgrave, but yeah. That's how it feels to me, at least. That's just complete speculation. I always have to preface that. Hey look, more demi-humans. Because they're everywhere. Like in this one area I found like 3. So, yeah. I think one of the big buggers here too. Okay. Oh, yeah, here's one of the big buggers. Let's just keep backing up for now. I want to take out this one because he's low health. I think it turned that off. The commentary that I mentioned on that got cut, but if you hold L1 and then push an attack button, you'll do your left-handed attack, which is cool. But I find it a bit difficult because I'll try and do a guard counter and miss a deflect, and yeah, it'll result in me doing a left-handed attack that I don't want to do. My left-handed weapon isn't upgraded, so I'll need to see if there's a toggle for that at some point. It's a cool feature, but one I'm not using currently. Regular weapons don't do anything. My axe, though. Oh, my axe does good. Been having a little bit of a look at the wiki for certain things as well, and there's some stuff I'm certainly excited for in the future. We have to keep an eye out for weapons and spells and all sorts of fun stuff. Not many new weapons in the mob, but there are quite a few new talismans, quite a few new spells. Not many new weapons though. Oh man, parrying dagger looks really good in its sheath, gotta say. I'm actually gonna sneak, and we can see the Demi-human queen in there. Just gotta avoid them for now. They do have a pretty big aggro radius on them, so that's why I'm sneaking. Just out of the way. Man, they made me waste the arrow. It's fine. Faith not tier, so plus 10 faith for 10 minutes. Need to emphasize that 10 minutes because it is an upgrade over vanilla. I think vanilla is 3 minutes, but they were upgraded to 10 minutes, so for low stat runs, you have a, you don't run out in the middle of boss fights as much, which is good. It's also good for general play as well, not just the RL1 runs and stuff like that. So Because 10 faith is actually pretty helpful at the moment. Well, actually, no, not really. There's not much I have that required just a little bit of faith, but hey. Yeah, run away, you little scared shits. That's what I wanted you to do. I need to go fight that Demi-human queen, but I'm so terrified of doing it that I don't want to. I'm doing everything else. Wasn't a perfect deflect, so it didn't stun him. Gotta get the perfect deflect for the stun. I really need another weapon upgrade, or a little stat upgrade, because it's almost enough to 3-hit these boys. But not quite. See, what do I have? I mean, maybe I could craft some sleep pots. I don't know. I can craft two fire pots, which will help a little bit. What else do we have? I'm gonna put a bunch of consumable shit on the bar because we're gonna get swarmed by demi-humans and I want to be able to deal with them quickly so I don't get shotgunned by the big demi-human queen. That's the plan, at least. We'll have to see how it goes. Also, there's a rune piece back here, by the way. There's like 10 in this area, it's crazy. Love it. That worked so well. Holy shit. Also, they're leaving. Because they can't fit through here, so they're going around the side. This is what I mean about backing up. They love it. All of their attacks require space, so they'd like to back up. And it results in them getting into some awkward positions up on these cliffs, which is really frustrating to deal with. They also have a lot of attacks like that where they'll just all of a sudden do them, so you have to be a bit careful. Maybe I should be focusing on jump attacks to get a stance break. I pushed B. There we go. I don't like where we're going because we're heading towards more demi-humans. If I remember this area correctly. So I want to actually lure them this way a bit. Also, Myreed is her name. What? What are you locked onto? Can you stop, please? Got her. God, that was close. I had that random lock on something else, and then I couldn't get the sign to go off for some reason. Didn't recognize my holding Y. That was close. Heart's beating a bit, but we got her down first try. You can see sort of the, you know, why that fight's so annoying. Like, you're just constantly fighting to actually get hits in, because she's backing up onto the terrain, and yeah. And there are other demi-humans around as well, so you gotta watch out for them as well, because if she does back up in that direction, where she was backing up, you can have other demi-humans on top of you, which is really bad. So yeah, another pretty bad fight, although once again, not sure what you can do about it unless you put like invisible walls around this area that she can't get out of, but then you can end up with players just sitting outside of it and taking pot shots at her. So I think the only fix would be to like actually put her in a proper enclosed dungeon space with the fog wall. But yeah, that's not the situation that this area is in. So you need to put up like more walls and put a fog gate there. But yeah, it would probably be a bit much work to fix one boss, I think. Wonder if it's possible during combat to disable lock-on to specific targets. There's not a functionality I would think the game would have, but it would be nice if during combat you couldn't lock on to animals. I think I locked onto one of them, and that was what was happening. There's a ferocious demi-human there, so we need to watch out for him. Oh, he's got gold eyes too? Man. I love this game. I love it so much. I love how I try to fight one enemy, end up with 50 on top of my ass because fucking hell? Seriously? Come on. Seriously, he's not strafing that quickly, game. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Not much I could do. This area. I feel like... how do I word this? I feel like ERR... I don't know, it doesn't... It makes it so you're fighting lots more enemies in lots of situations, but doesn't give you the tools to deal with those situations. If that makes sense. Like, I have some Ash of Wars that might help, but I'm not always going to have a weapon out with an Ash of War. And switching weapons can cost me. I think I've... there was, I think, in a recent episode, that death montage that I did, one of them was I died because of switching weapons. So, trying to switch weapons in a, clusterfuck situation where you're surrounded by multiple enemies, having to try and deal with them, is just not feasible. So if you've got an Ash of War that's suited for single targets, and then you got to take on multiple enemies, it becomes a bit difficult. And you're limited in the ways you can lure out single enemies without aggroing multiple enemies because of how the stealth changes that they made, which I don't like all that much, if I'm being honest. But hey, that's just how I am. Oh, come on. Particularly when you're trying to deal with, you know, particularly tough enemies and then getting swarmed by enemies, like... You're very limited in how you can approach situations. I feel like that's sort of where player combat needs to, I guess, evolve and maybe change, is dealing with groups of enemies. I feel like that's the area where ERR struggles the most. I think single combat, really, really fun mod, really good. But trying to deal with multiple enemies can be really difficult. Okay. Okay, I can't see anything because I'm against the wall, which is fun. Can you stop with that one fucking bite attack? It's so annoying. That bite attack, the second bite, for whatever reason, is super delayed. I don't know how to explain it, but it just doesn't come out when you think it does. So you end up trying to, you know, deflect it, and you just can't. Because the timing is so off. At least that's how it feels like to me. That's well. Okay, into here, which is, yeah. I think I saw a clickbait thumbnail with this item on it as some sort of item you may have missed in Elden Ring. And it's like, no, I've never missed this item. I know exactly where this item is. It's like on top of a divine tower, and it's like, no, it's down here. It's a Shield of Guilty. It's actually pretty good. I believe it boosts, yeah, concentration and drains sleep build-up, which is pretty good. Concentration is madness and sleep, as you can tell by the icon. So, yeah, pretty good if you're coming against madness or sleep, which obviously this is quite close to the madness ruins, which actually means it could be helpful if you need help dealing with the madness enemies, although there's nothing really difficult with the madness enemies up there, so yeah. And sleep isn't much of a worry. There's not much that does sleep, even in ERR. Although there are new things that do sleep. Can immediately think of the books, the Renala's children throw at you in her fight. Those do sleep build up. That was my suggestion as well. It's like, I guess I could go back to like earlier on in the series when I was like, I feel like I was being ignored And I know how selfish it sounded, but it sort of felt like for a while there my suggestions were warranted and helpful, and then just one day they just stopped being warranted and helpful. I think that's what my issue was, is I went from feeling like, okay, I'm a helpful part of this mods community and they need me around, to feeling like an outsider for having strange opinions. Which happens a lot to me in mod communities. It seems like I overthink things too much and end up in situations where, you know, I'm just overthinking rather than what's actually going on and what's going on. And then combined with other reasons, I was like, yeah, no, I don't need to be here. I don't agree with these decisions they've made, so I'm just gonna leave, and that'll be the end of it. But yeah. You know, they were kind enough to give us fire grease. Fire grease is actually really good. Greases are really good in general in ERR. They use the drawstring grease animation. There are no drawstring greases, by the way. So drawstring greases got removed, but regular greases have the drawstring grease animation. They don't last as long as they used to. So they last, you know, a shorter distance than normal. Oh my god, it's hard to see. But they last longer than what drawstring greases lasted for. So they're good. Nah, he doesn't get to survive. I don't care if it wastes the grease switching weapons. He doesn't get to survive. You ass. That's the annoying part about this fight. It should be dealing with one flower, and then it will do that, and then another flower will do it. No. If you want to farm Miranda Blossoms, by the way, this is probably one of the better spots you'll find. At least until Altus, where you have, like, the Perfumer's Cave and stuff like that. Which may get you more, I'm not too sure. Because it has Perfumers as well. No. It's not all of them. I didn't get flasks back. Where are they hiding? There's got to be more. Wait, I didn't get flasks back. That can't be all of them. Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking bullshit, man. But yeah, poison blooms, Miranda powders, and a pretty easy spot. And guess what's up here? If you guessed more bats, you would be correct, because there are more bats. I no wonder why I aren't blocking. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. Oh my god. I'd like some kind of casting block thing. Like, have cast on L2 instead of my Ash of War if I wanted to, but there we go. That leads to that mine that we were at well, not last time, a previous time, that kicked my ass, and it was fun. Egg. And a Trina Lily there. See, what does it actually... I can't remember what it takes for the... It just takes adhesive and blazing. So it's actually not too bad. Adhesive is root resin, pretty much. And it's also poop. But you do get quite a lot, so, you know, it is pretty easy to get, I will say. If you are looking to get some of those. Oh, yeah, we could head down to do the Earthbore Cave. I don't see why not. Yeah. I think we're done with these woods pretty much. So let's go to the Earthbore Cave. I don't really want to continue forward to the next church until I have actually got full flasks and stuff, which I didn't have after all that, so yeah.
Shall I let my share them with me? Your thoughts.
69, 4.5, almost 420. Also, I'm gonna do that. Because you can see there's a rune piece there. So you need to go down the trap to get the rune piece, but I'm not gonna get that quite yet because I don't want to face the rats until I am ready to face the rats. This axe is just... I love it. It's so nice. How are we doing for the smithing stones, by the way? One more and we should be able to upgrade this and be able to buy unlimited 2s, which will be very, very nice. Ah. Look, I'm just trying to kill your babies. Is that too much to ask? Yeah, eat. Can't be asked trying to put on my seal. There we go. Somehow I have both cats in here, and they're both asleep, and they don't seem to care. I think they've had a pretty restful day in here with me, so they're actually more relaxed than normal. I've just been playing Minecraft all day. Seems to be my just go-to game. Just play Minecraft. So good. I don't have 2-week Minecraft phases. I have month-long Minecraft phases. It's great. Let's get that. You can see that drops us down to the rat room. So, yeah. It has to do that before facing the rats. Otherwise you get dropped right in front of them and it goes pretty badly. Glowstone and Kukris. Drop down here, drop down here. Silver Fireflies, which I still haven't used Silver Fireflies, but we might do in future. It's a Runebear. Oh my god, they changed it to one of the elite Runebears. Well, that's a good change. Holy shit, nice. Okay, I understand that you don't like it when I heal, but please stop. I was a bit too close to dodge that. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's a good change. Nice. Because you normally only see the sort of these more powerful Runebears, I think. don't know. And sometimes they don't aggro, and then they take a bit to realise. But normally you only see that sort of elite Runebear. I think Caelid has one, and then Snowfield's the other place. So having one as a boss fight here, I think, is actually pretty damn cool, because you don't get to see them too often. And this was normal. This was just normal Runebear. So having, considering you just have them as normal enemies in the Mistwood. I want my money! See, that's why I don't like Rune Loss, because, like, the boss is on me as soon as I get in the room, so, like, I don't get a chance to get them. And I have no way of getting them out. And again, not fighting bosses is not an option. It's fine. I'm only slightly salty. Okay, I think I held B for slightly too long there, so it tried to run. I believe he's also resistant to magic, because he drops the Spell Drake. So as part of that, he uses the Spell Drake. A lot faster and a lot more aggressive than a regular Runebear. I love him. Although I don't like that. I thought, like, in the Codex as a special variant. That was very cool, though. Awesome. Nice. He should get more runes, though, because he is a much tougher version of a Runebear. 4,000 is a little bit light, I'd say, personally. Because people do struggle with Runebears quite a lot, and that elite version is pretty rare, so most people don't know how to deal with his attacks. Really, really like that, though. Holy shit, I love that. Oh, man. I've wanted that for so long. Just wanted someone to do it. To replace that Runebear with a better Runebear that kicks your ass faster. And he's faster and aggressive. It was a more engaging fight, and I loved it. It was so good. Yay! That means we'll be able to purchase the next tier at Hugh. Should be good.
Shall I let my hand share them with me? Your thoughts.
Cool. And I think this spot here is actually a good spot to end off, because it's been 40 minutes. So I'll say once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, guys. Have a good one.